This is your daily market review for Monday, December 11th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Monday, December 11th, 2023. Christmas is getting close. It's triple witching OPEX, CPI tomorrow, FOMC meeting, retail sales, PPI, some earnings, and a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah, it's going to be like that. So as of today, very interesting action. Again, leaders lagged, laggards led, market chopped around. Not surprising. Did a live chat earlier today. I'll link it. Check it out. I think it's worth it watching again if you want to understand. And also, too, if you're a hater, you'll love it. Talked about you guys, gave you your shout out, your minutes of fame. So in that case, either way, no worries. Check out the Discord room. Link is in the description below. There's a lot to talk about. I wish it was just simple, but please hear me out. Stick around. I think you'll appreciate it. Discord room. Also, too, if you have questions about real estate, it is going to be a little hairy in real estate. So if you need help, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you. So also, tradingagent.com. Back to Basics series, check it out. Get your interactive broker link. Please use that. I'm telling you, there's going to be a brokerage that goes out of business in this bear market. People are like, oh, it's not a bear market. Okay, we'll see what happens in the end. Zero doubt in my mind, someone's blowing up at some point because that's what happens when credit contracts at the rate it's going at, and the odds of recession are literally 100%. Somebody's going to blow it up. Anyway, get your 5.4%. Maybe it's Goldman, but again, if you have FDIC insurance under $250, you don't have to worry about it. Whoever buys Goldman, which would probably be Mr. Warren Buffett, you'll be okay. All right. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Appreciate it. Please check out the Back to Basics. How to trade the Monday and Tuesday before the FOMC meeting on Wednesday. It's repeatable every week. Or not every week. Every time they have a meeting. Check it out. Check this out, too. Odds of what? Nothing's happening. It's a lock. Pause. The next meetings are where it starts to get a little more interesting. Not so much, right? Like, wait, like, check this out. We're going to stay at 5255, right? Okay, start watching this creep up. Now look at March, though. This is where it gets a little interesting, 43%. Look at this. You can tell from a day ago, 1 week ago, 1 month ago, it was at 12%. Odds of recession are growing quickly. Bitcoin, we'll just get into that. Skip that. Do yourself a favor. I talked about taking profits. Again, not even about profit. Just don't chase the highs. I got a lot of people like, it's gone to 70,000. I'm like, maybe it is, but I don't chase it. Let it come back. Well, Warren, you saw Jamie Dimon talk this weekend, and of course, his cronies in Congress, aka Elizabeth Warren, all these meanies that don't. Again, they'd love for you to control your money and your currency. Not surprised it's pulled back, right? Oh, please follow on Twitter. Again, like, subscribe, and notification bell. Check this out. Again, China, global recession. There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes. I mean, look at even Hasbro. Why? You're going into the best time of the year making gifts and you're selling? Or you have to cut your workforce? Global demand for oil is falling off a cliff, right? You had the short squeeze, things where people are talking about things getting better. Yeah, we'll see. Again, we've talked about the levels. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't go back to 66. Could you bounce from there? That's a good question. Natty gas, curb stomped. Again, again, commodities showing a lot. We'll see again. The market can be more irrational than hopefully before you better stay solvent. Does that make sense? So be careful. The dollar make you holla. Back at resistance near term. Is it going to break out? We're going to fail. Yeah, I don't know. This one's tough. Again, economy slowing, deflation, dollar up, dollar down. As I've said, dollar is the best turd in the pool. We'll see how it holds up or doesn't. TLT, be careful. This could be a near-term blow off top that leads to chop. Now we know bonds have been bought, but here's the thing. We'll see if that holds because, especially with the market reaction, like we all know, the feds want rates much lower, the government to fund the fiscal deficits that never end. They would really like lower rates. Well, the best way to get rates lower is to get people to buy bonds. Best way to get people to buy bonds is to what? Slowing inflation, slowing economy. The VIX, such a gift down here. Just compressing under the 20-day. Don't need to talk about it. VIX or Vixen, we talked about, like, I can't remember the last time the Vixen closed in the 15s. Interesting wick. Sometimes, again, I think it misprices quickly, but look at the close. VIVIX, we've talked about holding the 80s. Keep an eye on it. Spy guy. Hey, guy. Breakout or fake out? Good question. Again, I guess these arrows can be removed. They were wrong. That's part of the game. I'd be curious to see, again, it's almost like Bitcoin. Breaking out, going nuts. Everybody gets excited. Then we break out to give it back. That's called a trap. This is a chop trap. Sometimes you get, here, I'll show you another. Here's another chop trap. Sometimes you get V, sometimes you get retest. Here's another. Let's go back into the previous times. Get these like choppy tops, right? Sometimes you get the retest. Sometimes you get a little novice gap trap, right? It's not easy. And at low is the same kind of thing, right? You make a new low. And this is what I'm kind of anticipating, y'all. Study this formation on October 14th. You have a chop top. You look like you're about to go lower. Boom, break, and then reverse. Do we get a big green tomorrow? Or is this like the culmination of all of these three turn into like a big green? Like, you know what I mean? Like mold it all as one day. Like have a day, multi-day trap. Kind of like, I would say this right here. Like trap, that's that. And then you get this, and then rally back. Is tomorrow going to be that? QQQ. There you go. Holding at the highs. We'll see. Again, I mean, it's interesting because the Mag 7 wasn't holding up that well, but certain other names, semis were. Avago leading the charge. IWM chopping at the highs. DIA holding up. You got to give it credit. Credit's due. A lot of these names, if you zoom out, they're not at new highs, but they're nearer the highs. Gold. Again, I don't want to sound like I'm always right, but I know gold. And I said, be careful. Like, I don't trust a breakout going into the Feds. Now you're back at support. Usually mid-December is a trade, but as much as I want to believe, I don't like silver. I don't like how gold miners are acting. So look at silver. Ugh. And again, if the miners and silver lead gold typically, I don't feel good about them. Look at them coming back. We'll see. GDX, this is where it's like, maybe you just pass on them. Let them get sold like we talked about in the past. They get absolutely murdered when the market tanks. Then you buy miners. AG, chopping, backing it up. You a fine one, why don't you bag that ass? You know that song. Juvenile. 20-day. I mean, all these names look familiar. But this is the problem, is I've said this for what seems like months. Newmont. Like, this is the biggest dog. No, sorry, biggest. I guess it is a dog. This is the big dog in the party, and it's not acting well. At some point, it looks like it's basing out, but keep an eye on it. Pass. Again, I think the junior names will get smoked. Semis. This is where it gets a little interesting, right? Taiwan semi said, watch the 100 level. Macron. I want the Macron. Another wick up here. Get out of here. AMD. Had that great information. We said Doji watched the next day. Is this a breakout or a fake out? Again, my favorite pattern is the middle finger pattern on the monthly. Is that on? I mean, that's not meant to be a joke. It's a real thing. I'm curious to see if this holds up. High volume at the highs. Here's the conundrum. Why is NVIDIA not following? Keep an eye on it. Intel. Wow. I mean, not wow, but are you surprised? Retest. Remember, we always talk about the first drop to the 20-day can be a bounce, or the first break of it, retest it. Okay, back at the highs, fill the gap. Watching it. SMH, breakout, fake out. We'll see. Big volume at the highs, little novice gap. Novice. Again, I don't know how quickly I would tell people to like jump into trading, but there's going to be a short this week. I just don't know if it was today or next or a couple days. But I don't want to be early. Adobe, double top. Grapple here again. Here goes where the Mag 7 started acting funny. Gaps down. Doji. Red alert. Red. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. Red alert. So be careful. Back test again. I mean, it's one of those things where you could argue, like, does it have to retest? I don't know. Fill the gaps, maybe. Amazon chopping around, 20-day CRM. Said this is crazy how high it went. Okay, we'll see what happens. This feels like a novice gap trap. We talked about Google lagging. I know, Eric, shout out to my boy. Love you, man. Nice short. I think he shorted at 139s. Now he's probably taking a little profit. I'm gonna see what happens. Meta high like a Jaime ho. Lagging. Again, why? Microsoft, do you think it would be up today? Below the 20-day. Interesting. NDAQ said this was a short in the 55, 56 level. 10 cuidado. No, not 10 cuidado. You're welcome. Gracias. MicroStrategy. I'd be watching that 602 if you get up there. You got a multi-day range. Holding here, the 550. Netflix and Spill. We talked about watching the 480. Look at today's action. Give it all back. Zero de blocks. Again, I mean, I think this is a buyout target in time, but I'd love to see it in the teens. Tesla, again, should be up. No, lagging. Compressing, but lagging. Let it fake out, break out. That's one seems likely to me. Costco, thank God for stops. But this looks like the novice gap trap. Starbucks, talk about it being a global growth name. Oversold, of course. Little bounce. It is what it is, Baba. I'm just throwing this one in there because people talk about it constantly. They're like, oh, China, this, China. I'm like, it's a buy. Every day. I'm like, it can't be a buy if everyone loves it. Like, you don't, that's not how you bottom. Just throwing that out there. You don't bottom if everyone's calling it a buy. FedEx, popped, flopped, chopped, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it had XDiv holding up at the highs. Again, check the monthly, at a crucial area. Keep an eye on it. Caterpillar, loving the short, then took the profits because I'm like, I don't like this market. I don't trust it. Had a nice little couple days, then got out. And now I'm like, you know what? Let's see the VAP zone. Watch this 260 level. Nucor, talked about 170. Fail. So far, so good. Holding the 20-day. Keep an eye on it. VALE. What do you think? Right? Chopping. Global growth name. Not holding up. Okay. Arrow. Talked about copper. This thing seemed like, again, due for a bounce. I mean, honestly, I didn't think this thing would get absolutely hammered. So maybe this one. Maybe has like, maybe it just goes into a chop zone. I'm hard-headed to think that it hasn't bottomed, but I'm also like, if the market pulls back, this thing could get dropped, but it could be squeezed because it has been so sold. That's a hard one. I just watch it. CCJ has been leading up. Starting to get stuck. We talk about the ag names. Let them come in. You know what I mean, right? Boop, boop, boop. Watch them all. Mosaic, NTR. There you go. AA. What do you see here? A global growth name. What does it look like to you? Nothing. Chop. XLF. Sorry, I just got distracted. I'm like just laughing at it. XLF. Trap chop. Slap chop. Great tool. Make some of that fresh salsa. Watch the 36 level. I mean, I'm amazed they got it up here. Like, because then you kind of, it's like the same thing with carry. Look at this. Okay. We'll see what happens up here in the 49 level. You got some of the JP Mo. Okay. Good luck, Epstein Island. Let's see if the back testing a trend line, retesting the rehigh. I mean, it's like, man, you can't ask for better spots. Morgan Stanley, can't ask for better spots. Bank of America, can't ask for better spots. Fill in the gap. Goldman Sachs, can't ask for better. Maybe like a point or two. Keep an eye on it. XBI, talked about this one being kind of wide and loose and all over the place. Okay. When you zoom out, you're like, oh, it's real bull. No, it's just a big chop change. I mean, it was oversold, right? It goes from 90 down to 64. I mean, let's actually just curious running some fib game because I haven't been paying attention to it, as you can see, other than it was oversold. No crap. 0.618. Imagine that. Oh boy. All right. That's a fail spot potentially. Solar. Nothing. Sedge. Again, any of these names, like any major pop, I mean, I think you short these things. ENPH. I was really hoping for the 100-day, not getting there. Is what it is. First Solar, if you shorted this in the 160s, though, you got the trade. Now it's just basing. Keep an eye on it. HYG, again, very impressed that it's holding up. Like, who in their right mind wants to buy corporate debt? And then you zoom out. And when you zoom out, you go, oh, well, that's about as far out as you can zoom. Gosh, man, you been drinking and driving? No, you guys know I don't really drink at all. Honestly, I think it's terrible for your mind. No, I'm just driving badly. Yeah, watch this area in the 76s. All right, oil. Let's end it. Oil, gas. Get to it. Oil oversold. Little bounce. UNG. Good God Almighty. Get out of this. But you know what? Near term, it could be a bottoming point. XOP. We talked about it. I wouldn't be surprised if it bounced to the 135. This thing broke. If you bought drip in the 9s, high five to you. Real man of genius. Sometimes you're right. ExxonMobil, watch the 100 level. We talked about this one. Occidental, like this has been an Occident. Buffett's loving it. They're buying someone I noticed over the weekend. I mean, this is an interesting area. I just don't know if we're going to lift. Valero, we talked about the gasoline names, just chopping. They look like they're they're failing higher points, but they're not rolling over yet. Right? MPC looks better, breaking the trend. EQT, again, some people were like trolling real hard. It's going over 44. I'm buying it at 39. Okay, well, smell you later. Yo, smell you later, FLX LNG. Again, we like this name long term. I think we'll be natural gas exporters. If you have any, questions, thoughts, concerns, please reach out. Always here to help. Use the Calendly link. Don't be shy. If you got real estate questions, what are you doing? Holler at your boy. Have a great night. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.